Dear children, in this video we are going to cover the last lesson, which is lesson 4, solving word problems of chapter 2. Now look at the word problem which says, at a fun fair there were 5 times as many children as adults. There were twice as many boys as adults, and there were 182 more girls than adults. How many people were there at the fun fair? It is very important to understand the data properly to solve the word problem. First of all, our main reference point is an adult. So we have drawn a 1 unit for adult. Now the problem says that boys are twice as adult. So if there is a 1 adult, there will be 2 boys. So we have drawn 2 units for the boys. And for the girls, it says there were 182 more girls than adults. So the girls have 3 boxes. The reason is because boys are twice, so boys have already 2 boxes. But in total, the children were 5 times as compared to the adults. So ultimately and logically, if 2 units are for the boys, because they are twice in numbers than adults, then there will be 3 units for the girls. And in comparison to the adults, 1 unit is equal, so 182 girls are more than the adults, so they collectively means that 182 are equivalent to 2 units. Now in total we have 6 units, and we know that 2 units are equivalent to 182, and 6 units means that the total number of children is, first of all, we divide 182 by 2 to get the resultant of 1 unit, and then we are going to multiply that number, which is 91, by 6 to get the total number of people. So there were 546 people at the fun fair. Now look at question number 2, which says there was an equal number of boys and girls in a school hall. After 108 boys left the hall, the number of girls in the hall became 4 times the number of boys in the hall. How many people were there in the hall at first? First, girls and boys were equal, but after 108 boys left the hall, the number of girls became 4 times the number of boys, which means for every 1 unit of boys, there are 4 units of girls. And this situation arises when 108 boys left the hall. So if initially they were equal, now 3 units left the hall. Because for every 1 unit there are 4 units, so it means that the additional 3 units of girls represent the number of boys that left the hall, which is 108. So 3 units is equivalent to 108, and in order to find out the total number, we have to find out the number for the 8 units, because there are 8 units in total. So first we find out the value for the 1 unit, which we get by dividing 108 by 3, and the answer is 36. So for 8 units we are going to multiply 36 by 8, and the answer is 228. So there were 228 people in the hall at first. Now look at question 3, which says a grocer sold 4785 oranges and 7090 kg of tomatoes in a year. Oranges were sold in bags of 3 for $5 and every kilogram of tomatoes was sold for $6. How much did he receive altogether in a year? First of all, we are going to divide the total number of oranges by 3. Reason? Because oranges were sold in a bag of 3. So, if he sold 4785 oranges, then the total number of bags he sold will come after dividing this number by 3, which is 1595. So basically, the grocer sold 1595 bags of 3 oranges. Now we have to find out that each bag costs $5. So how much he earned after the selling of oranges, which comes after we multiply 1595 by $5, which is 7975. So basically he received 7975 from the sale of oranges. Now come to the tomatoes. The calculation is very straightforward here because tomatoes were sold in kg and the grocers sold tomatoes in kilogram as well. So we are going to simply multiply 7090 by its cost, which is $6, and we get the answer 42540. This is the amount of the tomatoes the grocer earned by selling them. Now by adding both of the values, which is 7975 and 42540, we get the resultant amount which grocer received by selling tomatoes and oranges, and that is 50515. Look at question number 4, which says that 3 similar shirts and 4 similar ties cost $240 altogether. Each shirt costs twice as much as each tie. What is the total cost of one shirt and one tie? In order to find out this, what we are going to do is that we have drawn 10 units, and the reason for that is because there were 4 ties and 3 shirts, but at the same time, in terms of cost, each shirt costs twice as much as tie. So each shirt is represented by 2 units, and there were 3 shirts, so we have 6 units for the shirts and 4 units for the tie. So collectively we have 10 units in terms of cost. So when we divide $240 by 10, we get the cost of 1 unit, which is $24, and we know that 1 shirt and 1 tie cost is 3 units because the cost of 1 shirt is twice as the tie. So if 1 unit represents 1 tie, then 2 units represent the shirt. So collectively we have 3 units, and we are going to multiply the 1 unit cost by 3 to get the cost of 1 shirt and 1 tie, which is now $72. Now look at question number 5, which says a laptop costs $645 more than a printer. And now the question says that 2 such laptops and 3 such printers cost $2470 altogether. How much does one laptop cost? First of all, we need to evaluate the cost of the printer. Once we evaluate the cost of the printer, then we easily know that a laptop costs $645 more than a printer, right? So what we do is, we know that 3 printers and 2 laptops cost $2470, but there in this $2470 there is an additional cost of laptop, which is $645 for 2 laptops. if we eliminate or subtract this cost from 2470, we will get the cost of the printer. So first step we take, and what we did is we multiply 646 by 2 because there were 2 laptops, and with subtracted that amount from 2470. Now the answer comes as 1180. So basically 1180 is the total cost of printers, or you can say the total cost of 5 units. So we divided this number by 5 units and get the cost of the one printer, which is 236. Why we divide by 5? Because we have got the total cost including laptop cost, but laptop cost was 645 times greater than the cost of the printer. So once we subtracted that amount from the 2470, we get the cost for 5 printers, which is simple, or the cost for the 5 units. Now we know that if one printer costs $236, then the laptop is $645 more than the cost of a printer. So by adding these two values, we get 881, which is the cost of one laptop. Question 6 says that City and Kate have 3049 beads altogether. Priya and City have 3467 beads in all. Priya has 3 times as many beads as Kate. How many beads do the 3 girls have in total? So first of all, we have City and Priya, who have 3647 beads. And then we have City and Kate, who have 3049 beads. But at the same time, Priya has 3 times as many beads as Kate, which means that Priya has 2 more units of beads as compared to Kate. And we can easily find out the value of the 2 units by subtracting the total amount 3049, which City and Kate have, and 3647, which is the number of beads City and Priya have. So we have the value for 2 units comes out as 598. Now we are going to divide this value by 2, and the answer comes out as 299 for 1 unit, and we know that Kate has 1 unit. So the number of beads Kate have is 299. Now in total, Priya and Kate have 1196 beads because they have 4 units collectively, and we have simply multiplied 299 by 4 to get 1196 beads. Now if we subtract 299 from 3049, which is basically the number of Kate's beads, then we will get the number of beads City have. So City has 2750 beads, which comes out after subtracting 299 from 3049. Now we have to find the total number of beads all 3 girls have. We know that Priya and Kate have 4 units, which are equivalent to 1196, and we have just find out the number of beads City has, which is 2750. So when we add 2750 and 1196, we have 3496 beads altogether, which is the total number of beads all the 3 girls have. Look at question number 7, which says Farhan and Junhao had the same number of points in a game. After Farhan got another 470 points and Junhao got another 50 points, Farhan had 3 times as many points as Junhao. How many points did each of them at first? Which means that initially both Farhan and Junhao have 1 units, but it becomes 3 times as as Junhao. After Farhan got 470 points, but at the same time Junhao also got 50 points. So we know that the additional unit value is, which are 2 units, is 470 minus 50. So which is 420. To get the value of 1 unit, we are going to divide 420 by 2, which is 210. But this 210 includes the value of 50 points or 50 additional points that the Junhao has got. So in order to find actual value, we are going to subtract 50 from 210, and the resultant is 160, which is basically the actual point each of them had first. Now look at question 8, which says there are 40 cows and chickens. So the total number of animals are 40 altogether on a farm. The total number of legs is 108. How many cows are there? So we can solve this problem by making a list. If there were 40 animals, means 40 cows and 40 animals, which includes cows and chickens, and we start solving the problem by equally dividing. Let's say we assume that there are 20 cows and 20 chickens. If there are 20 cows, then 20 into 4 is equals to 80 lakhs for cows, and 20 into 2, 40 lakhs for chicken. But they collectively make 120. So this is wrong because the total number of legs were 108. Now we divide them in a way that there were 15 cows and 25 chickens. If there were 15 cows and we multiply them by 4, we have 60 cows. And if we have 25 chicken and we multiply them by 2, we have 50 number of legs. Again, the resultant is 110, which is greater than 108. So we just reduce number by 1 and consider there are 14 cows. If we multiply 14 by 4 to get the number of legs, it is 56. And if there are 14 cows, then ultimately we have 26 chickens because there were total 40 animals in the farm. So if we multiply 26 by 2, we have 52. And when we add 52 and 56, we get the exact number of legs which is given, and that is 108. So basically there are 108 legs and 14 cows at the farm. In method 2, we suppose that all the 40 animals are chicken at first. So if we multiply 40 by 2, because chicken has 2 legs, we have 80 legs in total. But actually there are 108 legs, so we subtract 80 from 108 and the resultant is 28, which means that the 2 additional legs are contributed by the cows, because not all 40 animals are chicken. So if we divide this 28 by 2, we actually got the number of cows, which is 14 at the farm. Now start the practice question, and the question number 1 says there are 24 bags of cement and 2300 bricks at a construction site. The mass of each brick is 2 kg and the mass of each bag of cement is 30 kg. What is the total mass of the cement at the construction site? Basically, in order to get the total mass, we should know the mass of the bricks as well, and then we add the mass of the bricks and the mass of the cement bag to get the total mass at the construction site. We know that there were 24 bags of cement and each bag weighs 30 kg. So the total mass of cement bags is 24 multiplied by 30, which is 72 kg. And as for the bricks, there were 2300 bricks and one brick is equivalent to 2 kg. So if we multiply 2300 by 2, we get the total mass of the bricks, which is 4600 kg. Now we are going to add the mass of cement bags and the mass of bricks to get the total mass of cement at the construction site, which is 53520 kgs. Question 2 says that Mr. To is paid $2720 to work 170 hours a month, excluding overtime. He is paid twice as much each hour when he works overtime. Mr. To received $4,000 in September. How many hours of overtime did he work in September? So basically, Mr. To paid $2720 for 170 hours a month. In order to get the per hour rate, we are going to divide 2720 by 170. So the rate for the regular hour is $16. And for overtime, he paid twice as much each hour when he works overtime. So if he paid $16 for a regular hour, then he paid $32 for an overtime hour, which is 16 into 2. Now in September, Mr. To received $4,000 and we have to find out that how many hours of overtime he did. So first of all, we are going to subtract the regular income amount from $4,000, which is $2720. Now we have $1280, which is the amount of the overtime. And for every hour of overtime, Mr. To paid $32. So we are going to divide 1280 by 32 to get the number of hours Mr. To worked as an overtime in the month of September. And the answer is 40 hours. Question 3 says that the total cost of air ticket to Europe for 2 adults and 4 children was $4940. Each child ticket cost $520 less than an adult ticket. What was the cost of an adult ticket? Basically, there are 2 adults and 4 children, which means that we have 6 units in total. And we know that the total cost of tickets for 6 people is $4940. But the adult ticket is $520 more than that of a child ticket. So if we subtract, and there are 2 adults, so first we have multiplied 520 by 2, which is $1040. So if we subtract 4940 and 1040 with each other, then we have $3900, which is the cost of a 6 unit, or you can say that now these 6 units are of children. So in order to get the amount of 1 unit, we are going to divide 3900 by 6, and we have easily find out that the cost of a ticket of a child is $650. And we know that adult ticket is $520 greater than the child ticket. So we are going to add $520 in $650 to get the cost of an adult ticket, which is $1170. Question 4 says that the total cost of 5 computers and 3 printers is $7,100. The total cost of 4 such computers and 3 such printers is $5,920. Find the cost of the printer. So basically, if there are 5 computers and 3 printers, the cost is $7,100, and if there are 4 computers and 3 printers, the cost is $5,920. In the first case, we have an additional computer. So if we subtract 5,920 from 7,100, we get the cost of the one additional computer. So in the first step, we have simply subtracted 5,920 from 7,100 and got 1,180, which is the cost of 1 unit of computers. Now consider the second situation in which we have 4 computers. If one computer costs 1180, then 4 computer cost 1180 multiplied by 4, which is 4720. So this is the cost of the computer. Now we have the total cost of 4 computer and 3 printer is 5920, and now we also have a cost of computers which is 4720. So if we subtract 4720 from 5920, we got the cost of the 3 printers which is 1200. Once we got the cost of 3 printer, we are going to simply divide this amount by 3 to get the cost of a single unit of printer, which is $400. Question 5 says that there are 2 brands of computers in our shop. The cost of a brand A computer is $1599 and the cost of a brand B computer is $2899. A company bought 5 computers for $10,595. Now we have to find out that how many brand A computers did the company buy. Now first we assume that the number of brand A computers is X and the number of brand B computers is Y. Basically, 10,595 is the cost of the both computers, and we don't know that how many computers are of brand A and how many computers are of brand B. But we know that if X represent brand A computer and we multiply its cost with it plus Y represent brand B computer and we multiply the cost with it, we get the total amount which is 10,595. At the same time, we know that X plus Y is equals to 5 because we know the total numbers and they are the combination of both brand, which is X and Y. So basically X plus Y is equals to 5, and if we take it in terms of Y, we have Y is equals to 5 minus X. Now according to our first equation, which says that X number of brand A computer plus Y number of brand B computer is equivalent to 10,595, we are going to simply put the value of the numbers or the variables. We have X, the value of A is 1599, which is the price into quantity, plus Y is equals to 5 minus X, and the price is 2899 for the brand B computer, and this is equivalent to 10,595. Now it's a very simple maths. We have just multiplied 5 with 2899 and got 14495 minus X 2899 is equals to 10,595. Why we did this? Because we want an equation which represents a single variable, or we wanted an equation in terms of a single variable, so we are able to find out the value of that variable, and by putting the value of that variable into our second equation, we find out the value of the other variable. So here we have, after solving, we have 14495 minus 10,595 is equals to X 1300. Now after subtraction, we have 3900, and here 1300 is multiplying with X. When we take it to the other side, it's going to divide by the number, and we have X is equals to 3. And X represents the number of brand A computers. So actually we have to find out the number of brand A computers, which is 3. So 3 brand A computers and 2 brand B computers are there in the question. Question 6 says that Bala is 11-year-old, his father is 37 years old. In how many years time will Bala's father be 3 times as old as Bala? First of all, the Bala's current or present age is 11. Bala's father present age is 37. Now we assume that after y years, Bala's father will be 3 times as old as Bala. So we are simply going to add these y years in the ages of both the Bala and his father's age. So we have Bala's age after 5 years is 11 plus y, and Bala's father age after y years is 37 plus y. But as the condition says that after y years, Bala's father will be 3 times as old as Bala. So our equation becomes 37 plus y is equals to 3 times 11 plus y. Because after y years, Bala's father will be 3 times as old as Bala. So if Bala's father is 37 plus y, then he is actually 3 times older than Bala, which means 3 multiplied by Bala's age after y years, which is 11 plus y. Now further solving, we have 37 plus y is equals to 3 into 11 is 33 plus 3y. Now it's a simple calculation. We have taken the entities having y at the one side and the simple numbers at the other side in order to get the value of y, which comes out as